In this video, we will be finding the total amount given the percentage of a partial amount. Okay, so in our first problem, we have a book sold 31,400 copies in its first month of release. Suppose this represents 7.8% of the number of copies sold today, so in current time. How many copies have been sold today? Round your answer to the nearest whole number. Okay, so what do we know? We know that we're looking for the number of copies. So I'll say C is equal to copies. That will be what I'm looking for. Okay, and I know that I, in the first month, had 31,400, which is 7.8% of the total number of copies. Okay, so how I'm going to set this up, I'm going to say that 7.8% of C is equal to 31,400. So 7.8% of the total number of copies that are sold is equal to the number that we were given. Okay, to change this into more math language, I'm going to change the 7.8% into 0.078 as a decimal. So all I did was divide that 7.8 by 100 to get this decimal. Okay, I'm going to multiply it times C, and then that is equal to 31,400. So I need to solve this for C. So I have this number times C equals this number over here. So what I want to do is divide both sides by this decimal, 0.078. Okay, it will cancel over here because I'm multiplying and dividing by the same thing. So that's going to give me C is equal to, and now I'm going to go to my calculator for this. Okay, so C is equal to, let's do it right here. Okay, 31,400 divided by 0.078. Okay, and that gives us this answer, which is 402,564. And it does say round to the nearest whole number. So since this is a 1 on the right side of the decimal, we're just going to leave this number alone. We're not going to round it up. We're just going to leave it as it is. So that's 402,564 copies. Okay, let's try the next problem. Okay, on this one, suppose a charity received a donation of $12.9 million. If this represents 44% of the charity's donated funds, what is the total amount of donated funds? So I'm going to say F is going to be funds. So that's my variable. Okay, so what I know is that 44% of F, funds, is equal to 12.9 million. Okay, and remember, we're going to keep this in $1 million. Okay, so we're not going to try to write this out as a number. We're going to keep the million there. Okay, so in mathematics, this would get changed. 44% would be 0.44 if you divide it by 100, and then times F, so 44% of F is equal to 12.9 million. Okay, so same thing we did last time. We need to get rid of this number over here that's touching the F. We'll divide it on both sides. Okay, it'll cancel out there, and it will leave us with F is equal to, okay, and what I'm going to do is divide 12.9 by 0.44. Okay, so let's do that. 12.9 divided by 0.44. Okay, so that's going to be 29.3 million, but wait a second, it said round to the nearest million. So would this round up to 30 million, or would it stay at 29 million? Well, the 3 says it would stay, so our final answer is F is equal to 29 million. Okay, let's look at the last problem. Okay, in a recent year, 18.1% of all registered doctors were female. If there were 57,300 female registered doctors that year, what was the total number of registered doctors? So it's going to be set up the same way. And I'm going to say that D is going to represent, you guessed it, doctors. So that will be my variable this time. So I know that 18.1% of D is equal to 57,300. Okay, so in mathematical language, I'm going to divide that by 100, which means I'll get 0.181 times D is equal to 57,300. Okay, and just like the first two problems, I'm trying to get the variable by itself, so I will divide both sides by that number, 0.181. It will cancel here, and that will leave us with D is equal to, let me go ahead and type that in. So we've got 57,300 divided by 0.181. Okay, and it does say round to the nearest whole number on this one. So here's our answer. Here's the decimal. Since this is a 0.5, so that's halfway there or bigger, we're going to round this up. So instead of a 4 right here, we're going to have a 5. So my answer would be 316,575 doctors. And that's it.